Hello and welcome to Life Screenings. My name is Banks Helfrich. I am here at the Winter Park Public Library. Yes, that's where I am. And we are getting started with this month's films. We have 7 films ranging up to 15 minutes. These films are from around the world. So we have some from China, um, some from South America, actually South Asia also. Um, we have some documentaries. We have a few animated too. So sit back, enjoy. I'll be coming to you in between the films, talking about what Life Screenings is. If you see the people behind me, that's they're actually in the room. Hey, welcome, welcome. Go ahead. We have some moviegoers too. Go ahead and sign in. We're almost getting ready to start, and I am actually live right now. So, Stephen, fill out.
How are you, man?
I'm doing well. Welcome. Hi. So we'll get started in just a few minutes once they get signed in. Thank you for coming so much. Um, so, Life Screenings is a film festival that's been going on for roughly 8 years. It started here at Winter Park Public Library 8 years ago, so 2016, I guess. It is a film. We look for films that show a world that we want to live in. So they're uplifting, positive films. Like I said earlier, we have 3 or 4 two animated films, 3 or 4 documentaries, which we will discuss in between each one. And that's the great thing about live screenings. Usually, I can get the filmmakers to Skype in, or in this regard, StreamYard in. We don't have any today, unless they show up in just a few minutes. Show films that show a world that we want to live in, positive, uplifting, inspirational. And then also, occasionally I'll get a film that's a horror film that is uplifting and
I need to sign this.
yes, yes,
You
you.
gotta get her phone number.
Oh, okay.
I'll be right 1 second.
So yes, these films are for everybody. Actually, a PG-13 and up is basically what they are. With that, we have one more person to sign in, and we will get started. With going live, Facebook has it set up that we have to go live right at the time or right before the time. So that's why I'm extending this speech. I always start 1 minute early to get it set up.
I can't see anything.
Take your time. No worries. So yes. So today we have, like I said earlier, we have films. One from Indonesia. We have one from China. We have a couple of them from, of course, America. We get our films from Film Freeway, which is basically a hub for filmmakers and for film festival director. I'm a director, film festival director. So those films. Thank you so much. Yeah, grab a seat anywhere, and then if you come this way, watch for the cable. This month we received 17. We receive roughly about 300 per year, and you'll be seeing some films today that I've extended over. So, with that said, we are all set to go. You got your sweaters on. It's Florida, and it gets cold in Florida
In this room.
in summer. In this room, yes. And who do we have? What is your name? Helena, hello, my name is Banks. We have Stephen, and we have Kathy, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
So, let's get started.
As I sit here surrounded by the grandkids' laughter and attention on the puzzle pieces, finding their place, it reminds me of the precious gift of curiosity that I had growing up, that fuels one's imagination to explore the world around them with boundless wonder. In this shared moment, my heart is filled with gratitude for the wisdom gained through the years and the joy of inclusion we have, where my hope is for every child to find a place to belong.
So, Grandy, would you like to join us with the puzzle?
I would love that. I love playing with you.
Yeah, you could be the multicolor. Do you
I
want to
can-
be the multicolor?
I'll be the multicolor.
Or you could be this grayish here.
Okay. Oh, it looks like you already started it for me. Thanks. Looks like an edge piece of some sort. You know what? I just love playing with you guys. It makes my heart just so happy.
Yeah.
So, Finn, tell me a little bit about what you're working on with the bicycle racks at school.
So on the bicycle racks in the second grade playground, it's next to the library.
Yeah?
And we're trying to move it over to the fourth grade playground, so we did. We're moving it over to the fourth grade playground because so the fourth graders can use it. And when it was back next to the library, only like some people in the second grade or third grade, first grade playground couldn't use it. Because they could use it, but they very little did. So that's why we're moving it over there. So it would be like eco-friendly.
Right, and it'd be inclusive of other kids, right? Of all the kids. What do you think of that? You're a fourth grader.
Yeah.
Do you think your friends are going to like that idea?
Well, I think it's already happened now.
Yeah?
But yeah, it's helping
That's
a
great.
lot.
Do you think it's environmentally good idea?
Yeah, I think so because more than one person is using it, and the resource is not getting wasted.
And you know what else?
What? It means
They're
less
big-
gas.
Yes! That's exactly it. The parents don't have to drive the kids to school,
Oh yeah.
right? And it saves gas. And that protects our environment.
And climate change.
And climate change.
This is Ian Landsberg from Cape Town, South Africa. Thank you very much, Frank, for this wonderful opportunity you've given to myself and many other filmmakers around the world. This opportunity to tell the untold, to tell the unsaid, and to exchange information on these highways of knowledge transference by building these amazing bridges like the bridges of curiosity.
I tell stories. I write stories. I write for both young and not young because I feel we need to share what we know.
What is the hardest part in getting old, Doctor?
Grown up is lovely, but nothing is as lovely as being a child. I miss being a child. I love playing. The hardest part of getting old, seriously speaking, is that a lot of the people who were my friends have passed on. So the older you get, the less people your age.
Yes, please.
Ja, ek dink daar was in baie omstandighede wat ek baie eensaam gewees het. Maar jy leer altyd om altyd met mates te praat en gesels en so verdwyn die eensaamheid want jy het vriende wat rondom jou is wat jy altyd mee praat.
Wisdom lies in its ability to offer insight and understanding of human nature and the world. For the young, wisdom can be a source of valuable life lessons, helping to make informed decisions and navigate challenges with resilience.
Oi, meu nome é Júlio, faz Nicolar, que tem 13 anos, moro em Palmas, Tocantins. E a experiência é muito importante para os jovens, para eles terem um aprendizado e poderem crescer com uma maturidade certa e fazer o que é certo.
A maior dificuldade hoje, a maior barreira entre os mais velhos e os jovens?
Eu acho que às vezes um desrespeito, alguma coisa assim, porque às vezes pelos jovens acharem que eles são incapacitados ou alguma coisa, e não compartilharem suas ideias. Eu acho que os idosos são muito importantes para a sociedade, e eu acho que é muito bom eles compartilharem a experiência deles com a nossa. Alguma coisa diferente. Eu acho que é muito importante passar a sua experiência para os seus próprios netos e filhos, para eles aprenderem e fazerem do jeito que você fez.
Om man är ständigt nyfiken så lär man sig hur saker och ting fungerar till exempel. Då kan man ju mer kunskap man har om sådär, desto lättare kan det ju vara att kanske försöka påverka sen. För då vet du hur det hänger ihop och fungerar.
Mm.
Men det är ju inte lätt. Va? Ja, på något sätt kan man säga att man är vis. För då kan man ju undvika att göra samma misstag igen. För man känner igen det. Så man brukar säga att äldre personer är lite visare än yngre. Och det har väl egentligen att göra med att de har lärt sig efterhand. Sen är det väl lite frågan om idag vad egentligen folk bryr sig om. Att är man gammal idag ofta, i alla fall i vår kultur, så är det ju, struntar man ju av folk. Han är så gammal så det behöver vi inte bry oss om. Det är lite synd kan jag tänka. Och så gör man samma misstag själv.
Hello Frank, hello everybody, I'm Chiara, I'm an Italian video maker. I'm happy to participate to this project because I've loved the idea of a worldwide contribution that can give the feeling of an interconnection between cultures and nations. Because despite politics, religions, and whatever can divide, the fact is that we are all human beings with the same love for life.
La saggezza è uno scrigno di lezioni di vita ed è nostro dovere trasmetterla.
Inclusione significa colmare il divario generazionale e apprezzare le reciproche prospettive uniche.
La saggezza si costruisce con le esperienze di vita, lezioni imparate con l'esperienza degli anni.
Penso che quando siamo curiosi l'uno dell'altro, i nostri legami diventano ancora più forti.
Hi everyone, my name's Amber and I'm 8 years old. I live in Colorado with my mom and dad. I'm Coda, which means child of deaf adult, because my mom is deaf. It's awesome being me. Sometimes there are tricky parts. It's super special that I can talk with my mom using sign language. See, wisdom isn't just for grown-ups. It's for all of us, young and old. Our elders have lived through things we can only imagine, and their stories are lessons learned. My friends and I are like detectives, always asking questions and wanting to know more. That's how we learn and grow through our curiosity.
Children and elders thrive on many of the same things: a sense of love, connection, belonging, and inclusion. They share a fundamental need for relationships. Bridging the gap between these ages is beneficial to their social well-being. Children benefit from the wisdom and experience that elders provide, while elders find a sense of purpose and fulfillment in sharing and new learning.
name is Mary Corbett. The year 2023, I became an octogenarian, which means I am 80 years old. Many things about me have not really changed. I still have a quest for knowledge. I'm curious. I love to read. I like adventures. I like taking my time with exploring avenues of interest to myself. There is much to be done for the future generations to enjoy and to live in such harmony with one another. If you look at the elders of your community, they have a lot to offer. And many times they would like for you to just stand on our shoulders, talk to us, be inquisitive. I challenge you to do that, to not give up, but to look, because we have already put blueprints in place. We've already mapped out certain areas and certain problems. And we know that with your quest to build and to defeat all the problems that you see that are causing us not to be united and to live in harmony, we know that you will try your best to gather and to push into place the things that will make this world a beautiful place to live in with peace, love, and harmony. I challenge you, the future generations of this world.
And we are back. Live screenings, International Short Film Festival, films up to 15 minutes. Actually, in 2 months, will be up to 10 minutes, so it won't be that long. Those in the audience, this is a live, we are live and we are here watching the films. And it is also a virtual, so it's going out on YouTube, on Facebook Live also. During this is not a monologue, this is a conversation. So if you would like to let me know what you thought about the films, by all means, I will give you a chance to ask a question. Usually we have the filmmakers that we Skype in. It's called StreamYard. So we StreamYard them in. Today we don't have any filmmakers signed up to be StreamYard in. So with that said, these are the films that I show, uplifting films. I received this film about 3 months ago. Didn't have a chance to put it on last month or this month. 2 months ago, so I hung on to it, and uplifting films, and inspirational films, positive films. So, with that said, any questions from the Peanut Gallery? And by the way, you all are the Peanut Gallery, okay? So that you know. Let's get going to the next film.
The Korean War was a brutal civil conflict that plunged a once peaceful nation into a devastating war. The lasting impact of this bloody war is symbolized by the Demilitarized Zone, or the DMZ, along the 38th parallel on the Korean Peninsula. The DMZ is a 2.5-mile wide line that divides Korea in half. It's an area where military presence, weapons, and facilities are prohibited, resulting in minimal human activity. Over the decades of isolation, the DMZ has become a haven for a wide variety of thriving species that cannot be found elsewhere. More than 106 endangered species, including iconic Korean animals like the red-crowned crane and golden-spotted frog, inhabit the DMZ. As a member of the DMZ Youth Eco Club, I had the rare opportunity to visit the civilian control zone in Paju, which is one of the closest areas to the DMZ that civilians can access. The isolated characteristics of the DMZ are also evident in this region, creating a distinct atmosphere. Once you cross the military border and enter the heart of the civilian control zone, the scenery transforms completely. The gray buildings, traffic lights, and intersections give way to farmland, trees, and the faint sound of birds chirping in the distance. Stepping out of the car, take a deep breath of air. As someone who's lived in the city all my life, the air here feels entirely different. It's pure, refreshing, and carries a unique sweet aftertaste. In this area, endangered species can be observed in abundance. Out of the global population of 3,800 red-crowned cranes and 1,600 in Korea, over 100 can be spotted in this single location. It's both miraculous and ironic that the deadliest conflict involving the two Koreas has resulted in the creation of a beautiful and flourishing ecosystem with a diverse biodiversity.
So yeah, that's another documentary. Two of them. In fact, today we have, I think, 4 documentaries, and we have 2 animated films that will come up. With that, most of our films, or all of our films, come from Film Freeway, which is a hub for filmmakers and for film festival directors. And basically, it's a website where you submit your film to a festival, and that festival then either accepts it or it does not accept it. And like I said, I accepted 8 for today. All right, on to the next film.
Semuanya udah kan, Maudi?
Udah kok.
Oke, Arga, Maudi, kalian berdua pegang erat-erat jelangkung itu. Aku bakal baca mantranya. Ayo mulai ritualnya. Jalangkung jalangsat. Hah? Hah?
Wah.
Di sini ada pesta. Pesta kecil-kecilan. Jalangkung jalangsat. Datang tak dijemput, pulang tak diantar. Datang dan itulah kami.
Indra, kamu baca mantra yang bener kan?
Hah? Aku salah baca mantranya.
Berhenti! Kami nggak bakal ngapa-ngapain kamu.
Iya, bener.
Indra.
Kita sebenarnya di sini nggak mau ganggu kamu kok. Kita cuma benar-benar butuh bantuanmu. Kita pengen kamu buat ngerjain tugas-tugas kita. Tapi nggak cuma ini sih. Ada yang ini, dan yang ini. Ayolah, tolong bantu kami. Kamu mau kan? Yeay! Udah selesai.
Yeay! Makasih ya.
udah mau bantuin kita.
Udah. Karena di sini pekerjaanmu udah selesai, kamu boleh pulang. Dah. Loh, kemana dia?
Biarin deh. Yang penting kan tugas-tugas kita udah selesai.
Iya juga sih. Biarin deh.
Kamu keren, Indra. Aku yakin pasti nilai kita bakal yang paling tinggi di kelas.
Ini ya, tugas kalian udah Ibu nilai.
Wah, kalian siap? 1, 2, 3.
Kalian kalau ngerjain yang bener dong. Udah nilainya sama semua, jawabannya nggak bisa dibaca lagi. Kalian ngerjain tugas matematika, bukan suruh bikin prasasti nggak jelas kayak gini.
Hei Indra,
Hari ini nilai kalian
ini semua gara-gara ide kamu panggil jelangkung.
Hah? Mana aku tahu kalau jelangkungnya nggak bisa nulis.
Pokoknya ini salahmu.
Hei, udah.
Udah. Ibu mau tugasnya selesai hari ini.
Tapi Ibu,
nggak ada alasan. Ini hukuman buat kalian.
And that was from Indonesia. Here we go. There we go. Animated film. I start seeing a lot more animated films now, especially 3D animation. The software is out there, and it's I don't know if it's easy to use, but it's available, and more filmmakers are sharing their stories that way. Any comments, questions? No? Nope. All right. Let's get started. Let's get on with the next one. Here we go.
Let me tell you, my name is Suraj, last name Chand, and actually I was born in Mumbai, India. I speak Farsi, I speak Punjabi, I speak Hindi, and I speak English. Address is 101 Krola Pushta, Kabul, Afghanistan. 101 Krola Pushta Road. And I even remember my phone number, 30467. On the religion, we are Hindus, and at that time, 10% of the city of Kabul was Hindu. So it was a minority religion, but still there are a lot of Hindus living over there. 90%, 95% of my friends are Muslims. And when I was living in Afghanistan, all my classmates were mostly Muslims. There was really not too much of a distinction between religions. It was pretty open-minded. We never thought of religion at all at that time, actually. When I was over there, like in 1973, there was a coup that happened. The king's cousin overthrew the king. So he took power. And when he took power, and of course, there was a coup, so there's a military coup, and all of a sudden you realize that things are not the same. There's no king anymore. The prime minister is gone, the Congress is gone, everybody's gone, and they brought a new group of people. And the new group of people are both basically, they had different ideas. And then to solidify his power, he started executing some of his opponents. So at that time, I started realizing that things are going to change from there on. It's not going to be that peaceful. So myself and my wife, and I had a kid at that time, I came to the United States, and my wife went to India. And so I was here, but the intention was to go back to Afghanistan when things calmed down. Then in 1978, that guy who had the coup, he was overthrown by the communists. And then everything started going downhill after that, executions and killings and putting people in jail. And at that time, I was in the United States, so I was getting everything through the news, and also some letters I was getting, and a lot of people started leaving the country. Then the Russians, then the Russians came into the country and they took control, and they started fighting the freedom fighters. And at the end, they left Afghanistan in 1989. When they left Afghanistan in 89, then there's a group of people called Mujahideen. And Mujahideen are the people that they are fighting for their religion. And when they came, that even became worse than the communists. When I left, it was temporary. I never thought of staying in the United States at all. And I don't think anybody who left Afghanistan, they thought that they'll leave Afghanistan for good. Life was very good in Afghanistan. Nobody would think of leaving Afghanistan. I did not want to become a citizen to begin with, because I was planning to go back to Afghanistan. But as things became worse and worse and worse, then I became a citizen in 1983. Since I left, I've not been back, but my father went back there for like a year in 1986 or 87 timeframe, when the communists were there. When my father went over there in 1980, I think it was 87, when he was there, he said it was like a ghost town, dead. I mean, people are scared. They're so scared that nobody could talk to anybody. That's during the communist times. Everybody was monitored. Everybody couldn't dare to do anything. So it was really like Russia during the communist days, or even worse than that. I left everything behind. I didn't bring just a suitcase, clothes, and all those kind of things, because I was thinking of going back to Afghanistan. There was no idea of staying in the United States for good. So, we had a house, we had a building, we had everything, jewelry, my wife, everything was left in Afghanistan. We never took anything from there.
My name is Sundaram Lakshmi. My Leela Lakshmi. Kavli is coming from our religion, Hinduism, and mixture of Afghan language and Hindu language and Afghan language, and some kind of mixture of everything. Everything was kind of restricted because that country is a Muslim country, and we had a different religion.
सही आया इतना सही ना आया देखा थानू एडा अच्छा ना देखते आए सानू कुड़ियां दू तरीन तांदू जी कुड़ियां दू सानू अच्छा ना देखता आया ना देखते आए सानू या कुरान मिले ते दो की आई उन्होंने क्या कुरान आई ते दूसरी भी आई दो उस वेले सानू कहंदे कि तुस तां नहीं पढ़दे तुसी बाहर चले जाओ अस तां बाहर चले जांदे आए एक घंटा बैठते आए
We got out. As soon as we got out, and within the month, the coup happened, and then I was in a situation to think about going back for the children because everything was getting worse. We've been worried about Afghanistan. We've been worried about our business. We've been worried about our everything. When we came in America, I was thinking we're going to go back to Afghanistan.
हेल्प नहीं की असी बॉलां नाल इत्थे आया निक्के निक्के बॉलां नाल इस तों पता आया कि साडी कि सब कुछ साडा रह गया उत्थे ते असी इत्थे आए इसने भी सानू कुछ नहीं दिता बॉलां वास्ते कुछ ना साडा हेल्प नहीं की सानू इत्थों
We struggled all the way from the beginning up to the end, and still we are struggling. The first good memory was this, that when we watched the news and we watched ourselves, we said, thanks God we are in the safe place.
इत्थे आई कि बस दिया मेरी फेवरेट आई कि मेरे बॉल पाड़े इन स्कूल दे विच बॉल पाड़ गए बस और तो कुछ भी नहीं आसा कुछ नहीं सानू ओके नहीं आए थैंक इसको यूनाइटेड स्कूल के करना थैंक करने कि बस साडे बॉल पाड़ गए अच्छी ओके इत्थों दी ओके चाइने अमेरिका दी ओके बन गए प्लस
which is always in the back of our mind that we are Afghan.
So, Afghanistan is the country that I think the English tried to go in and colonize, and then the Russians went in to help, and then the Americans were there for 20 years. So it's that country that has been, yeah. I have a couple of friends of mine who are Afghans. So we have two more films. One is a narrative, and the other one is a documentary. So we will go to the narrative next. And here we go.
Négyezer-400-fővel emelkedett az azonosított fertőzöttek száma, és 96 beteg elhunyt. Varga Judit igazságügyminiszter benyújtotta a 9. alkotmánymódosítást. Az új alkotmánymódosítás kimondja, a családi kapcsolat alapja a házasság, illetve a szülő-gyermek viszony. Az anya nő, az apa férfi. Magyarország védi a családot, mint a nemzet fennmaradás.
Igen, tessék.
Jó reggelt, Andrea. Kungal Zsófia vagyok a Tegyeztől.
Jó reggelt.
Tudom, hogy nagyon hosszú volt a várakozási idő, de most jó hírem van. Jelenleg fogadóképesek.
Úristen, persze.
Jó, rendben. Akkor mondom a részleteket.
Jó, egy pillanat, várjon már egy másodperc.
Jó, igen. Mondhatom?
Egy pillanat. Igen.
Országos listán van egy 4 éves kisfiú. A neve Mihály. Beszéljen a férjével és hívjanak vissza.
Jó,
a
egy másodperc, jó.
226 37 10-es telefonszám.
226, 30,
37 10.
710, bocsánat.
Ezen a számon hívjanak vissza mielőtt.
Jó, nagyon szépen köszönöm.
Siessenek.
Jó, persze, köszönöm szépen. Viszonthallásra. Gábor! Itthon vagyok! Gábor! Nem hiszed el, hogy mi történt! Gábor! Hívtak a Tegyeztől! Bazd meg!
Andrea, várj! Itt van. Figyelj, beszéljünk, oké?
Nincs mit megbeszélnünk, Gábor.
De van. Most mit csinálsz? Hol? Elmész?
Igen, elmegyek.
Nem hagyhatod csak úgy. Andrea! Figyelj, hónapok óta nem jöttél hozzám. Úgy volt, hogy a hétvégét a szüleidnél töltöd.
És akkor ide kell hoznod a kurvádat az otthonunkba. Azt gondoltál?
Tényleg ez a legnagyobb kibaszott problémát, hogy ide hoztam?
Nem. A kibaszott problémám az ez!
Andrea, hé, ne csinálj, ezt hallod? Hello, hello! Hey! Hey!
Sajnálom. Sajnálom. Ez mi?
Egy gyerek.
Milyen gyerek?
Egy gyerek, ami a miénk lehetne.
Miénk? Miről beszélsz?
Andreával.
Nektek gyereketek lesz, vagy mi a fasz?
Igen.
Ettől?
Lisa.
Akarsz tőlem? Mi a szart akarsz egyáltalán?
Voltál.
Mit csinálsz?
Hova a picsába tettem?
Gábor, mit csinálsz?
Oké, a feleségem, nem láttad a telefonom?
Hívd föl, bazd meg, te hallasz
Hova a
engem?
faszomba tettem a telefon?
Még azt várod tőlem, hogy segítsek megkeresni a kibaszott telefonodat?
Hol?
Te nem vagy normális.
Vedd föl, kérlek. Kérlek.
Hagyjál már békén! Elnézést. Gondos fia vagyok. Sikerül dönteniük.
Jó étvágyat. Jó étvágyat.
This was a Hungarian film, and it was actually shot on film. I don't know if you know the difference. Now, you can notice differences when things are shot on film. And this was a film that I received about 6 months ago. I hadn't had a chance to show it. And what did you all think? Anybody want to jump in?
I want to, but I'm still processing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the child, after all the trauma of not being able to have a child, and the untimeliness of when she found a good move.
Yeah.
Ultimately, the child was going to help them get
Back together. It was an adopted child. So the film started off as an adoption. They had a child, a 4-year-old. And then the whole roller coaster of him being unfaithful to
At the best time of her life
Ye-
turned into the worst time.
worst time. Yeah, yeah. I loved it because it was just you didn't know what was going on, and it so many turns and twists.
No, it was a personal story. My curiosity when it said Hungary was because I'm kind of interested in the time period. So this is now.
Well, it
Orban,
was
after this.
right. It was it was right after COVID, right during COVID, because at the beginning they talk about so many people have died from COVID and what's going on.
So was Orban already in there?
I do not think so. I don't think so. The Prime Minister
Not that
Orban.
It doesn't matter, but I'm just curious.
Yeah. But I mean, this is a narrative, a story told like right after 2020. We're going to finish with the last film, and this film is we'll talk about it after. I won't give you any clues.
会做梦的，有时候我做梦眼睛是看得见的，有时候做梦眼睛是看不见。那时候还小，跟孩子他们一群出去打打闹闹到处玩，去山上看牛，然后就守着他，我们就山上蹦蹦跳玩的，他就把他扔在草坪里面的，就在那玩。然后有时候还拿那个牛当马来骑。然后那个牛，你骑到那个牛的背上，那牛就跑上跑下，有时候我不记得它躺在那里，我们就骑在它身上，它爬起来跑，然后就摔了这样。这种那种我记得很清楚。
不好意思，不记得，就刚开始记得，当时看不见的时候，看见飞机就像要掉下来了一样，很恐怖的那种。不管我们看得见或者看不见，都是不一样的做梦。但是因为我们从小没有画面感，做梦的时候有可能也是看不见的。但是我以前毕竟是看那个光嘛。有时候看见有时候的梦就还仙境一样的，有时候看见五颜六色很漂亮的那种，也是让人很向往的一种东西。就像这个人也会从空中飘起来的感觉，因为景色好漂亮啊，看着。就是我们在平时我们看电视不是仙境，就是那种飘起来的那种感觉，就是空中啊，突然就一个人就是在往上空中这个一直往上面飘。
前天晚上我还做了一个梦，梦到回了老家，跟父母在一块儿，然后就是感觉他们，就是还是跟你现实中见到他们一样，就是还是在种庄稼啊，有时候喊他们吃饭啊，喊的就是去叫他们吃饭啊这种，就是听他们说话啊，跟你平时就是就是聊天一样的。但是你还是看不到他们是什么样子。很想去这个浙江舟山那个普陀山，有观音菩萨，去拜佛，这个求自己啊、家人啊平安的。反正我在电视上听过那个声音。应该是长得很慈善的估计吧，然后长得是人家说的是天仙美女吧，应该是就长得没有挑剔吧。
小的时候的脸型是有一点带圆形的，挺活泼可爱的，眼睛也是大大的，皮肤很白，我儿子的皮肤非常白。有时要是想到他的时候呢，总是梦到他在想跟他在打电话或者是什么。小时候的样子，吃东西，他们不管吃什么东西都非要给我一点， 他小的时候，首先都要送过来，那妈妈你尝一下，这个还真是很好吃的，要送过来给你尝一下。睡觉呢，每天就是说，虽然你陪着他睡着了，你不陪着他，他不会睡的。你要陪着他，他一会儿就睡着。但是你要起来，他有感应的，你一起来他就知道。放学回来了，一进门就是喊妈妈。就是不管去哪里还是在家里，他时时刻刻都黏着我。但是在我眼睛刚坏的时候，他也会。有时现在想到小孩子，我也想到他现在老是想到他小时候那个可爱的样子，他的走路的行动，和他坐着，和他说话，和睡觉的姿势啊，总是想到小时候。但是长大这个形象啊，在脑海当中还不是有多少，但是他小时候那个样子在脑海当中比较多一些。不好意思，那现在在玩。
So yeah, that was a film documentary about some blind people, and they added the imagery of the animation into it. Any thoughts about that, Stephen?
Was that the group that were they persecuted because they were blind? Are they the
Wuhan?
Are they the Uyghurs?
Uyghurs. For what I know, it didn't mention that in the film or when I got the film, when I received the film. Yes?
Yeah, I thought it was, I want to get feedback regarding that film.
Sure.
I thought it was like situated in some type of, maybe a facility.
Yeah.
Where they take care of individuals who are going through that stage or whatever. And in more detail, I think it's also interesting how they show like a little story like a little storyline or
Right.
regarding that aspect of their life.
Right. It's called Physical Dreams, and they're reminiscing about it, and the animation in there is part of the dreams that they had. The filmmaker was going to be here with us. She couldn't make it. She knows very little English, so she said, I don't know. And she sent me an email about that. But yeah, this is a facility probably for people who cannot see or can see a little bit, because you do see in there that they are using the phone up close to them. So there is some sight that they can.
Can I also say something about the other video we seen last time?
Sure.
So the video before that one, the previous video, I think at the end of that movie, like the storyline, it showed the kid eating the pasta. And I just seen like a to be continued type of, let's see what else happens after that.
Right.
It looks like he's growing up, but it looks like the mother was just feeding him, she cooked some food.
Right. Right.
And I don't know if I heard a father figure somewhere in the background. I think I heard somebody.
Well, you did see the father, the husband was eating too. So yeah. So she brought in, put down the pasta. I think it was pasta. It's making me hungry, whatever it was. And he drank some wine. So they were back together.
Yeah, it was two people.
I didn't realize he was in there.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
When you said that particular one, when you said it was shot different, it was shot as a movie, whatever you said.
Film. It was shot on film. So there's two different ways of shooting stories. This last one we saw was shot probably on video. So your phone. I'm sorry. Analog. This is video, basically considered video, which is computer shots. Okay. The other one that we saw in the Hungarian one was shot on film. So that was and it's just a different way of shooting a film. For some reason, I'm drawn to film stories that are shot on film because I don't know why. There's something about film that just draws me in, and that's me personally. I don't know if it happened with you all. Were you all drawn into the?
I didn't notice a difference.
No,
I
all right.
noticed a little bit of a difference. But I know if I was to pay attention to it, I would probably see the difference.
Yeah.
I guess now that you mentioned it, I didn't realize what you just said. It did seem more intimate.
Like a movie.
More intimate.
And that's done through shooting it the way you shoot it. In the Hungarian film, Supper, it's called Supper. If there's long shots, and they followed that man a long time. When there's no cuts or very few cuts, it pulls the audience into the film, and that's basically a way of shooting a film. Stay on one character. He was a good actor, so it was believable. The action that was going on in the background and all around was very yeah.
More rounded.
Yeah, much more rounded. And then the physical dreams was video, and it's someone talking to the camera. So I mean, it's just a different way of shooting a film. Documentaries are done usually by a story being told by somebody, a true story, a real story. And then the narrative, which is what we saw with Supper, was a story told by somebody. Somebody sat down, wrote it up, had a situation happen in their lives. They pull it from themselves mostly. Back when I did my films, I always pulled from my own life. So.
Was Kodak used more or?
Oh, yeah. All right. So about 1990s was when it turned to video, and it's less expensive to shoot on 1990s. Yeah. So my first film that I made was on film, and then all other films after that were made on video, and they were much less expensive, much less expensive. But however, the films that you see, Hollywood films on television, anything that Steven Spielberg does is shot on film. You see it.
I have a question regarding the selection.
Sure.
Of films we watched.
Yeah.
Was there a theme behind this?
If there is a theme, it comes at the end. The theme is
How did you select which ones to watch?
So I'm looking for films that move me. I'm looking for films that are enticing, positive. Something. Oh, you're very welcome. All right, yeah, go. We're back here, by the way. The next film festival here is the 1 Minute Film Festival, September 28th, and then October 5th. And you can check with the library. I gathered 8 films, and basically by putting those films, sometimes they have a theme that comes out. I noticed, you all have been to some of them where the theme was love, or the theme was.
It was the clearest as far as they were telling you that old can impart knowledge to the young.
Yes,
and
wisdom.
The young can do that to the old. And
Curiosity.
I think each film had an aspect of that. the Hungarian film, the little girl was trying, she didn't know it, but in essence, she was trying to bring them together.
Yeah.
And the older parents were trying to instill in her, like, we're trying.
Right, right. I usually don't have a theme. A theme will arise because you all watch 8 different films, and all of a sudden, hey.
I think that each film, you know, you can learn from. You can always learn from the film.
Yeah.
And you know, get some type of knowledge from it.
Oh yeah.
Especially like the one about the Afghanistan. Like the way in 1973, how Afghanistan was so nice, and then all of a sudden it just changed.
The coup.
I didn't know that.
The coup.
What the heck?
The coup.
And they stopped the film before and that was even before the ordeal of us coming in and those years, and now it's.
And when they showed,
it's awful again.
Right, and when they showed the where he lived at, where the guy lived at, he lived like in a nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then he had to relocate because of the coup.
Right, the coup. Yeah.
Coming in, yeah, it was just like,
Why is it that people in this world
I never
want to
realized that.
ruin a happy place?
I know Afghanistan was so nice. I didn't even know that in 1973.
Any conscience at all?
Yeah.
It was a place you could live, and even though he was, you know, a different religion, he was Hindi, you know,
10%.
and the fact that he wasn't Afghani, he could still live there peacefully and fine in a beautiful.
It's always
and
comes
then
down to
everything
if
got
some-
ruined.
if people are different than other people, they're wrong.
Yeah. Sometimes we're scared of that. Let my we'll continue talking, by the way. Wow, this turned into a discussion, which is great. Thank you. No. I love discussions. I'd rather have a discussion than you all having to listen to me the whole time. So that was live screenings. Let me let you know the next one is September 28th, and it is 1 Minute Film Festivals. We show about 30 1-minute films from around the world, and they're quick and easy. There is sometimes a theme. The audience creates a theme. And then the next Live Screenings International Short Film Festival, up to 10 minutes, is October 5th right here at Winter Park Public Library. Thank you all so much for coming here, and thank you for being here with us. Till next time.